The case of Kilmar Abrego Garcia has once again brought the U.S. justice system and immigration policies under intense public scrutiny. A federal judge has ruled that Abrego Garcia, a Salvadoran national facing human smuggling charges, has the right to a hearing on whether those charges are illegally vindictive. The judge's decision comes after Garcia successfully sued the Trump administration for his wrongful deportation to El Salvador. Abrego Garcia's legal battle has quickly become a symbolic showdown in the larger political struggle over former President Donald Trump's sweeping immigration policies and mass deportation agenda. U.S. District Court Judge Waverly Crenshaw issued a late Friday ruling that granted Garcia's request for discovery and an evidentiary hearing. The judge noted there is evidence that the prosecution may be retaliatory in nature. What makes this case striking is the timeline. Judge Crenshaw pointed out that statements made by Trump administration officials, alongside the suspicious timing of the charges, raise serious questions about the Justice Department's true intentions. In a 16-page opinion, the judge cited numerous troubling remarks, but one stood out in particular. That comment came from Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche during a Fox News interview in June, shortly after Abrego Garcia was charged. Blanche appeared to suggest that the Department of Justice pursued charges because Garcia had won his wrongful deportation case, not because of genuine evidence of criminal wrongdoing. The judge called these remarkable statements and noted that they could directly establish a retaliatory motive, violating Garcia's constitutional rights. Further complicating the matter, the Department of Homeland Security reopened an investigation into Abrego Garcia just days after the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the government must bring him back to the United States. Soon after, Garcia was indicted on May 21 and charged on June 6th, the very day he was returned from a prison in El Salvador to U.S. soil. He pleaded not guilty and is currently being held in Pennsylvania. If convicted in Tennessee, Garcia faces deportation once again. His asylum request has already been denied by an immigration judge, though he still has the option to appeal. Garcia's story is particularly complex because he has lived in Maryland for years, working in construction, raising a family with his American wife, and building a life in the U.S. He first entered the country illegally as a teenager. In 2019, immigration officials arrested him, but a judge ruled he could not be deported to El Salvador because of threats from a violent gang targeting his family. Despite this, Trump administration officials publicly labeled him as being tied to the MS-13 gang, a claim that has never been proven in court. The human smuggling charges themselves stem from a 2022 traffic stop. Interestingly, he was not charged at that time. His lawyers now argue that the new charges are politically motivated and designed to punish him for fighting back against the administration's deportation orders. Abrego Garcia has also stated that while imprisoned in El Salvador, he endured harsh conditions including beatings, sleep deprivation, and psychological abuse. El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele, has denied those allegations. This case is far from over. The upcoming evidentiary hearing could shine a bright light on whether the Department of Justice pursued charges based on legitimate evidence or whether this was in fact retaliation for Garcia exercising his legal rights. Whatever the outcome, this case highlights the ongoing clash between immigration enforcement, constitutional protections, and the political divide shaping U.S. policy today. Before you go, make sure you subscribe to InsightPulse for more in-depth analysis and updates on U.S. politics, justice, and global affairs. Don't miss out on the story shaping tomorrow's headlines.